Alright, so good day everyone, and today we are going to review another special figure right here. This is the Action Toys Mini Action Series Voltes 5. So if you're not familiar with this, I don't know why you're not, but Voltes 5 is probably one of, if not the most popular and the most iconic cartoon and robot here in the Philippines. So basically, if you don't know Voltes 5, you're probably not Filipino. So yeah, so that's how popular Voltes 5 is. And usually the Voltes 5 figures that are available here before this came out are very expensive, very classic, should I say very antique or old collection toys that run around 200 to 400, even more. Some go as far as more than $1,000 for each complete set. So finally, when Mini Action Series released their version of the figure, it's actually based on the Soul of Chogokin or SOC 40th anniversary Voltes 5. So that figure now is around 28,000 pesos. So that's roughly $500-$600. So yeah, it's really expensive. So they based the design and the articulation on that figure. So without further ado, let's look at what's inside of the figure. Before we go there, let's look at the box. So yeah, so the box is really nice. So it shows the 5 vehicles that form Voltes 5, and at the back you can see some of the articulation that it can do, some of the accessories that comes with it. So it comes with the Sword of Heaven or Heavenly Sword in Japanese, or Laser Sword here in the Philippines, and a picture of the 5 vehicles that form Voltes 5: the Volt Cruiser, the Volt Bomber, the Volt Panzer, the Volt Frigate, and the Volt Lander. So for those who are not familiar with the Soul of Chogokin figure, where this figure is based on, it's the reason why it's expensive is because it's die-cast metal. That's one. It also transforms from the figures, the vehicles that you see here, to Voltes 5, and it has a very good range of motion as well. So yeah, that's what made that whole thing very collectible. So before, when Voltes 5 came out, the range of movement are very limited. It's not as dynamic as the poses that you could see here. Also, the Soul of Chogokin figure comes with a lot of accessories, not just the ones that you would probably see on the Mini Action Series, just to temper your expectation. But for the price, this is around 1,795 pesos, roughly 1,800, because I got this for pre-order at the Big Boy Toy Store. So if you're interested on getting one of these, you would probably have a good chance by hooking up with them, or at least with some of the other local toy sellers here in the Philippines. Anyway, let's go and open up the figure. So inside here we have this. Zhiyun has some hair, right? So this is what we have. So there's your Volt Cruiser, there is your Volt bomber, and then here is your Volt frigate. This is your Volt panzer and your Volt lander. Then the sword comes with the sword, and it comes with 3 sets of posable hands. So I think just like what we saw on the Deimos figure, this is probably the one where you won't be able to put any accessories in. This is the one where you could put some accessories in, and these two are some relaxed hand for posability. Okay, so, and of course, oh yeah, I left this on the box. Also in the box is some set of instructions. And based on what I saw with Deimos, I'm guessing this is just 1 page as well. Okay, so now all we need to do is inspect the figure first. Of course. Alright, so I'm trying to be careful, don't want to break anything off. So from what I heard, these are probably shorter than when it's transformed. We'll probably see some comparisons with the other figures. So, but yeah, so out of the box, this is what they look like. They look very well. And another difference between this one and the SOC, the SOC again is made of die cast metal. This one is made of plastic. So even the joints are, I'm not sure if you can see, yeah, even the joints are made of plastic. So be careful in transforming them. And speaking of transformation, that's what we're gonna do right now. So let's do this together. So just like how you see it on the cartoons, so you need to pop that ball joint off the head and bend it so that it would look like this. Alright, so on the bomber, you have to reveal where the head will stick in, like so. And then this one's a bit tricky. You just pull this, let's focus, just pull this up like this so that you can put the fin inside, like so. Do the same thing on the other side, like that. Okay, and then push the cockpit up, stick the head onto that slot right there. Like that. So the Volt Panzer's claws comes out of the box tucked in, but if you're posing it like this and then you want to transform it to robot mode, then what you need to do is to fold it up first, like so. And then the wheels, you gotta be careful. You kind of wiggle it out just to put some clearance, and then fold it at the back, and then tuck it in again. Do the same on the other side. Yeah, you just have to be careful, and then tuck it in like that. Now you can connect Voltes 5's head and arms to the chest, like that. The Volt Frigate, you have to push these two down. You need to expose the leg. So to do that, you have to push. I mean, you have to expose the ankle, for which the feet are gonna connect later on. So you need to push this out, like so. and then turn, and then push back like that. And then you need to push the cockpit of the Volt frigate in. You also need to push the cockpit of the Volt Panzer in. Okay. And then you connect both the legs on the chest of Voltes 5. Like so. On the Volt Lander, again, it comes out of the box with the antennas facing down, but if you did pose your Volt Lander this way, then all you need to do is to push the antenna down, and then the drills, you have to cover it, so you have to be careful. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it's not really good quality plastic, so you have to be careful. I would suggest that you don't hold the drills to push it up. You use the end of the cover right here to push the whole plastic up, because you might break that drill by accident. I almost did. So yeah, so the same goes with the other side. You try to look for a wedge where you could, or if you have a pair of tweezers, it would be better. So let me do that right now. So once you've closed the drills, you need to pull them out just like that, and then fold the feet like so. All you need to do is to push this at the back, the flaps of your Volt frigate, and connect the feet to the frigate. Like so. And now all you need to do is to choose what hands you're gonna put on Voltes 5. For the hands, we have 3 sets of hands. We have a closed fist that doesn't have a hole for the accessories. We have a closed fist with a hole for the accessories. And we have a relaxed hand for posability. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the closed fist with a hole so we could put the sword. So all you need, so it's connected by a ball joint. So what you need to do is just push the hands inside like that, and finally once you've pushed it, all you need to do is to pull this blue part to cover the yellow part of the arm. And then probably what we can do is put a relaxed hand on the other side. So the same thing, just push the hand on the push the ball joint in like so, and then pull the blue sleeve, and there you have it, Voltes 5. So yeah, as of this moment, it only comes with one accessory, which is the Sword of Heaven right here. So how to put it is, it's pretty straightforward. All you need to do is just push it in the hand. And for those who want to be precise on what Voltes 5 looks like when it's holding a sword, you can actually remove the V piece on the chest. So all you need to do is just pry it out of the chest like that. So there's the V part. You can stow that away, and there you have it, Voltes 5 with the sword. So currently it doesn't have other accessories like the ultra magnetic top, the chain knuckles, Voltes bazooka, but here in the Philippines there are people who did some 3D printing on them. One is Hobby DX, if I'm not mistaken. I can put the link on this description below if you want to order from him. It's not really that expensive, especially considering that the figure is pretty much inexpensive. But yeah, so what can I say about the figure? The figure is awesome. I mean, for 1,895 pesos or 1,795 pesos, it's a steal. In terms of articulation, as you can see, I mean, this movement was because of the, I mean, that's kind of off if you ask me. And then there's this movement right here. So as you can see, the range of motion is pretty good, except when you're doing that pose. I mean, sometimes when you're posing the figure, you tend to forget that gap, that you could do this. And when you take pictures of it, I've been a victim of it some time ago with another figure, and if you can see, there's this weird protrusion that's because of the transformation sequence. You could do away with it by doing that. As you see, it's still flushed, but you have to remember that part moves also, so you can end up with a pose like that. Anyway, nothing that hurts the figure that much. The ball joints are made of plastic, so that's something that you need to take note of. When you're pushing the ball joint in, you have to be careful because it's plastic, so it could break. But yeah, most of the figures plastic is built really well, just like the Daimos figure. There are some paint that's not really done well. I'll try to show you. Just like this, you see the edges. I really don't mind it because it looks like battle damage, but of course, for the price, I don't think you would argue with any of those. What else? So there's a lot of range of movements on the legs also. So as you can see, you could, it pops off pretty easily also. So be careful. But this is a ball joint anyway, so it should pop on pretty easily as well. So yeah, since it's a ball joint, you could pull it down and pose it another way if you wish. So yeah, it's pretty dynamic, the poses that you could do with it. You could pull it out like that and do this. So because it's a ball joint, there's really a lot of range of motion that you could do with that. So anyway, yeah, so very dynamic in terms of posability, which is really good. The paint application is overall really well made as well. there is little movement on the hips. So actually there's no movement on the hips because that's where both uh, because that's a joint connecting two vehicles. So there's really no way you could move that. They probably could have done a joint here, but again, it's not really gonna hurt the posability that much. You could do away with it, considering there's really many joints that you could use for that purpose. So yeah, for the price, for what it's worth now, it's probably around 2,000 pesos. So that's around 25, no, sorry, that's around $40. So but when you're getting this, if you're not gonna get this on pre-order, it's probably gonna cost you around $60. But still, comparing that to the SOC, it's very inexpensive. It's gonna be a collector's item probably in a year or two more, considering the demand for this here in the Philippines. So yeah, if you have an opportunity to get it now, I would suggest that you get it. It's really an awesome piece, and I'm not really a fan of die cast metal, to be honest, because you really have to maintain it, in my opinion, to keep it looking fresh. Compared to plastic, it's much more easier to maintain. All you need to do is just to be careful a bit with it, and I guess for any collectible you would do the same thing. So I told you a while ago it's a bit on the small side. Here's why. So we're gonna compare it with the other figures I have in my collection. So this is the mini action Voltes 5 compared to the Mazinger Z Infinity figure. So as you can see, there's a bit of a difference on the size. And then here beside it is the mini action Daimos. And finally, let's put this at the side like that. This is the Super Mini Pla Voltron. So if you're going to follow the size, well, Mazinger Z is supposed to be smaller, but yeah, I understand it's around the 6-inch, so it's around the 6-inch figure. So that's how it stacks up with the other figures that you might have in your collection. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I really suggest that you get this one. And as usual, before we go, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. If you like this kind of content, give it a thumbs up. And I will see you guys soon. Peace.